Hello everyone, I am back with a new haul. I have tons to share with you. Firstly about my jacket and my new hair color, as well as Sephora from the VIB sale, from Beijing, as well as duty free and some random skincare. So let's get started because as usual I have a lot to share. But first I just wanted to talk to you about my new hair color. So it may or may not be hard to see since it is a deep berry toned color. So we just added on to my red that I had before. So the red ombre had faded and it was more of a coppery red, so we boosted it back up with a violet sheen. So it looks a lot darker indoors, but when you pop outside into the sunlight or even in cloudy weather, it still looks like a really vibrant red violet. So I'm absolutely in love with it and I can't wait to show you guys what it looks like outside. I'll try to capture some footage next time so you can see. So now for the jacket. This leather jacket is from Daily Look and it's actually a pretty affordable leather jacket. Now it is treated, so I did have to air it out for about 48 hours and it does smell a lot less. I have to get the sleeves altered, but that's standard with most jackets because I am a very small person. I'm only 5 feet tall, so all my measurements accordingly are much smaller than standard clothing sizes. But overall I love the taupe color of this jacket. The shoulders are slightly padded and it has a waterfall drape front, which I absolutely love because it's more casual. It's very LA, especially because it doesn't get too cold here. I don't really need a proper leather jacket. So I hope you guys like the new hair, the new jacket. I am wearing the Tom Ford matte red lip color, and if you guys wanted to see the rest of the collection, definitely check out my blog, Raeview.com, because I have swatches of all the colors there. So now let's get into the actual haul. So as many of you know, if you follow me on Instagram, I was in Beijing, so that means I didn't really have much access to Twitter and Facebook. So if I was a little MIA, that's the reason why. But I was in Beijing for an event with P&G and we got to learn so much about a bunch of new releases. So as many of you know, I love SK-II. I've been using SK-II for a very long time now. And they have a new eye cream, which is the perfect balance between the facial treatment eye, which is their lightest eye cream, and the heavier eye cream, which is their signature eye cream. But this new Stem Power eye cream is just between the two, so it's perfect for everyday use. I don't have eye wrinkles yet, knock on wood, because I've been using eye cream since I was 18, but I'm very careful about what I use since I don't want milia seeds from using something too heavy, and I don't want to use something too light because then my eyes will feel dry. So because of that, the Stem Power is the perfect compromise, and they've actually created a new applicator, and this little nifty device is called the magnetic wand, and it actually helps your eye cream absorb. It removes excess product if you're a little heavy-handed, so I highly recommend you give this set a try. And I'm not sure, unfortunately, when this is launching in the United States, but it is launching very soon in Asia, and I just think it is the perfect little cooling tidbit, a little treat in the morning, especially if you have puffy eyelids like I do. So I love this set. Now I've been trying out some new skincare from Kate Somerville. So as many of you know, in college I was a huge fan of her Exfoliate, which I actually have right here. I have been exfoliating more and more because I have acne scarring left. I have the occasional hormonal pimple, but nothing too serious. So I have the Exfoliate here, but my new favorite treatment from Kate is actually her D-Scar. This is the Scar Minimizing Serum, and it actually has a really cool applicator. It has a metal roller ball and you twist it open and shut to protect the formula inside, and I just feel like it soothes the skin around the scarring. And obviously I haven't seen results yet because I've only used it for a couple days, but I will keep you guys posted. And the best part is this Dermal Quench Liquid Lift. So this has a really cool mechanism. It's almost like spraying your face with skincare, and it's like a mousse. So even though this looks super intimidating, it's actually pretty simple. You shake it up like you would a hairspray, and then you spray 3 strips onto your face and then massage it in. So it's fairly simple, and it's supposed to lift wrinkles and improve your skin texture. So I'm really excited because I love trying new innovative skincare like this. And now for a little La Mer splurge. There was a gift going on, a gift event, so I decided to splurge on the cleansing oil, and I also purchased the Eye Balm Intense for my grandmother. She's always running out of eye cream, so I had to buy her that just to give it to her to try. But I'm really excited about this cleansing oil because I really love the cleansing gel. I actually don't find it too drying for my normal to dry skin. Some people do find it drying, but I use very little of it, and I just massage it into my face gently. My face face feels clean and not too dehydrated. So I'm really excited because the new La Mer products have really been working for me. And of course, many of you know I am huge into cleansing and makeup removal, so I had to try this. And now we'll finally discuss what I purchased from the Sephora sale. So I placed 2 orders, and my second order still hasn't shipped yet, but I ordered the T3 Body Waver, which is what my stylist Guy Tang uses to curl my hair. I wasn't convinced at first, but the more I see him use it on me, the more I love it, so I had to get it, especially with the 20% off. And I also purchased a Tarte brow powder, but unfortunately they're still not here yet because Sephora is taking an awful long time to process all the orders, since of course there was a high volume of orders. But anyway, I did get my first order fairly quickly, and I had to replenish my Coquetto Spa Cleansing Water Wipes. These are the best makeup removal wipes in the universe, and I say that because almost all cleansing wipes break out my skin these days. My skin is just more and more sensitive as I age, so my philosophy with these wipes is that I carry them everywhere. I use them right before I apply my SK2 masks when I'm on a plane, so I highly recommend these, and most of the time I use one of these or a cleansing oil and then I wash my face just to make sure I remove all the debris, excess oil and sebum, etc. Now for more Louboutin polish, I finally got my hands on the Alta Perla. So I actually bought this one and Just Nothing, I think, the nude that I'm wearing on my hands today. I purchased these in Las Vegas before I left to Beijing, and then they went on sale, of course, so I picked one more up. This is the Bianca Shimmery Denim color, and I actually don't have a shade quite like this in my collection, so I knew I had to have it. Even though I generally don't tend to wear dark blues very often, I figured it's winter and I would wear vampy darker shades, so I'm going to try this next on my nails. So because I love the Christian Louboutin nail polishes so much, I actually decided to splurge on these 2. They're much smaller than the full sizes, but these are the base coat and the top coat. I just feel like the Louboutin polish wears so well. I wore it in Beijing without a base or top coat, and it only just started chipping on me the other day, so that's 1 full week without base or top coat, which is almost unheard of. So I highly recommend the Louboutin nail polishes. I know they're a splurge, but I really love the colors, and if you don't have a gigantic nail polish collection yet, I recommend saving and splurging on the Louboutin polishes. If you're looking for something similar in quality and color range, definitely check out the Dior gel polishes. I also really love those as well, but I'm really excited, and I will get back to you on these Louboutin bases as soon as I can. And last but not least, for my Sephora haul, I purchased the NARS All Day Luminous Powder Foundation. I have been exploring more NARS, so I figured I might as well try this new powder foundation in Deauville. This is Light 4, and this one is actually yellow enough for me. I'm hoping it won't oxidize and turn orange, which does happen with a lot of powders, but I will get back to you as soon as possible again. Now for some new Burberry releases. As many of you know, I've been wearing the Ash Brown eyebrow definer quite a bit. That and my Clé de Peau eyebrow pencil, which I'm wearing today, are my 2 favorites. But now Burberry has released an effortless liquid eyeliner, which I'm super excited about because it has a really sturdy felt tip and it has a semi-matte finish. It's actually a lot more pigmented than I expected. I do wish that the cap was a little bit more secure. I'm afraid if I take this around with me in my makeup bag, the cap will fall off and the pen will dry out, but I'll just try to be really careful. But overall, I'm wearing it today and I really love it thus far. So Burberry also released the Effortless Kohl Liners, which are long-lasting pencils, and these are retractable pencils. I love the gunmetal packaging. It's just so sleek and modern, and they have jet black as well as a grayish color, so I will try to review these on the blog as soon as possible. Now for some velour lashes. As many of you know, I've been wearing the extra oomph lashes, the half lashes, quite a bit. I just feel like the older I get, the less my eyes can tolerate wearing strip false lashes all day, so these extra oomph are perfect for me. Most half lashes kind of look silly because they just cut off my eyelashes, but these extra oomph layer really well into the corners, so I highly recommend them. But most importantly, Velour has finally released the holiday limited edition sets. So these are my absolute favorite because they're actually a bargain and they make great stocking stuffers, especially if you have friends who love eyelashes or are just really interested in trying out Velour. So here we have a set of 2. This is the Au Naturel set, and it has my favorite, You Complete Me. And these are probably my most worn Velour lashes just because they look so phenomenal in photos. And last but not least, I'm going to wrap up with some more Shiomura. Shiomura is the first makeup counter that I always make a beeline for when I'm overseas because I love Shiomura, as many of you know. And Shiomura is actually having their VIP event sale. It's 25% off anything off the site. So I have a blog post with my top 10 recommendations, and if you use the promo code SHUXRAY, you can get that 25% off. So definitely check out the blog post. But these Farfallina eyelashes are not available on the US site, unfortunately, so I always stock up on these when I'm overseas. They're absolutely gorgeous. They're a mix of brown and black fibers. And I also got these lashes. These are the partial soft cross, and they come in little sections, and I just wanted to try these because I have been really loving partial lashes, like the extra oomph Velour lashes that I'm wearing today. And last but not least are my duty-free purchases while I was in the Beijing airport. So first we have the Diorific Golden Shock. The Dior fall or holiday collection didn't really impress me. I know some of you wanted to see reviews of the lipsticks, but I felt like they were a little too retro, almost tacky with the double-sided element, and I feel like once the season passes, I would never ever touch those lipsticks, so that's why I won't be reviewing the collection. But I did absolutely fall in love with the pink highlighter. It has a really hefty case. It's almost like a doorknob, but just flat. And it has a really beautiful pink pearly powder inside. It's almost iridescent with a little bit of silver, and I'll try to get a better close-up for you, but it's just beautiful. And I know that the American version, the #1 I think it is, which is more of a peachy highlighter, I heard that was a dud. I saw it in person and it was chalky, so I'm hoping this will be a little bit better. Now for a little bit of Chanel, this is Le Weekend de Chanel, and this is for the renewing element of this 3-step skincare that Chanel has recently launched. And this is a pretty expensive product that I didn't want to splurge for and pay full price, so I waited until I hit duty free, and I'm glad I did because the packaging is super cheap. Like, it's really cheap plastic. It looks great in photos, I will admit, but in person I was a little let down. It feels really lightweight. There is 1.7 fluid ounces in here, but overall I hope it works because I paid a lot of money for this. So apparently it's supposed to exfoliate, but we'll see. And now last but not least, to wrap up this really long haul, is my Dior Show Maximizer Lash Plumping Serum. Most days I wear mascara and I'm not used to wearing a mascara base, so this might take me a little bit of practice to get used to, but I'm hoping that it will make my lashes look fuller, more plump, and maybe I can skip falsies more often. So I absolutely love the packaging. It's white with the Dior around the barrel, and it's just so beautiful. So let's keep our fingers crossed that this stuff works and I can recommend it to you guys, because I sleep on this side of my face, so my lashes here keep falling out. So I think they need a little bit of help, which is why I decided to purchase this. So thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. I know this was an epically long haul. I try not to make these videos anymore, but I just wanted to shove all of it in one video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.